Hello back guys to Fog Racing, and it's time for day one afternoon review show, baby. Lights went out, it rained in the desert, it was quite eventful for an afternoon session. I mean, we might do a morning and an afternoon review every day, but we'll see. I mean, it just depends what's happening in life, guys. I could be out tomorrow and I'm not going to let a testing morning session review dictate me going out and partying. Even though it wouldn't be partying, it would simply just be going out for lunch or something. But anyway, we brought you the morning review show, so we're not going to talk too much about it, but I am going to go through the whole day in terms of times in that capacity, so make of that what you will. But yeah, I mean, in terms of we'll talk about the power outage. So in terms of the power outage, I added like an extra hour to today's session, which I thought was weird, how there was such like a power outage. And then we also had rain. Now, it wasn't quite intermediates, but there was periods where I'd say it was borderline, maybe not in between, but it was certainly not optimal if you wanted to do a fast lap, put it that way, on your tyres. But yeah, who I can't remember who led the early session, but I'll tell you who led the whole day, because these leaderboards are combined, but obviously the afternoon is down to, it's combined and it's the best session. It's the representative one. So Lando Norris, we are 130.4. Russell, we are 130.5. Verstappen, we are 130.6. And then Charles Leclerc, we are 130.8. Now the wind is picking up here as we're outside, but hopefully that issue will soon sort itself out. And basically, that tells me that the top four teams are pretty close. Like, I would not be surprised if the actual order is McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, Williams, Alpine. Because Williams and Alpine, if you were to pick two teams out of the midfield pack, it looked good. And it's not just in terms of lap time, folks. I thought Aston Martin looked good in the hands of Alonso, but in the hands of Lance Stroll, pretty bogging. And I think a key thing to actually mention here is also the fact that, Lance Stroll is he's like 5/10 off Alonso, right? And if we actually look at his career as an F1 driver, he's pretty much been half a second off Fernando Alonso his entire career. So to me, that's a pretty telling point about where the Aston Martin pace may be. If you actually look at gaps between teammates, like, I guess you've got to factor it, but then you factor in, like, the afternoon session's more optimal for Stroll. Like, say Stroll was top of the times, I'd say that'd be brilliant for Aston Martin, because Stroll's shite, and Alonso guaranteed could go faster. And the same for Red Bull, if if it was Lawson top of the times. But anyway, Antonelli was 7th, Lawson was 8th, Albon 9th, Shinoda 10th, Isaac Hadjar 11th, Gabriel Bortiello 12th, Lewis Hamilton 13th, Jax Doohan 14th, I said Jack Steller, Alonso 15th, Oscar Piastri 16th, Hulkenberg 17th, Stroll 18th, Ocon 19th, and Ollie Behrman 20th. But again, I mean, Haas didn't actually, not that anyone was going for performance, but Haas were particularly on the long runs. So if you're a fan of Haas, folks, I wouldn't be greeting, I wouldn't be worried, and all that good stuff. Still plenty of time to go for the Haas F1 team to sort things out. Not that they don't need to sort things out, but Sauber, I mean, they were talking about how one team hasn't started too badly, and I would probably agree with that. But we know Sauber have got a heavy focus onto next year's car already. So again, I wouldn't have your hopes up too much, like, if you're expecting Sauber to do too much. They're not going to do that, folks. They're not going to do that. So it is what it is. I'm trying to get across the road here outside a hospital, so maybe I'll end up in the hospital if I'm no safe. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's your day one recap. Sorry. The top four look close. You know, just because Ferrari are 4th at the 4 doesn't mean they are. Ferrari look good, they all look good. But if it was to say one team at the 4 that looks the best, it would be McLaren. And then I'd probably say Red Bull are the worst. I think they look a wee bit unstable. But Max doing Max things at the end of the day. But the power out was cool, I guess, and so was the rain. I mean, you just don't get rain in Bahrain. Looks like Haas and Aston Martin bringing inters was a good call, because apparently there's a more increased chance tomorrow. Brilliant.